And we're coming live to you from FutureCare Capital Region here in Landover, Maryland. It's right off the Beltway here in Prince George's County, and we're super excited to be here. And the reason why we're excited is because it's the ribbon cutting ceremony for FutureCare's 15th skilled nursing facility here in Maryland. FutureCare provides management services to 15 facilities. This is the 15th one, all located here in Maryland. And FutureCare Capital Region, we have built from the ground up. And we are here today to not only recognize the accomplishments of getting this facility up and running, but to also to share the day with a lot of folks that work here at Capital Region and discuss what's going on, as well as local representatives, folks from the governor's office who have come to celebrate with us. And we're actually going to start with Dean. Dean Smith is the Director of Nursing here at FutureCare Capital Region. How are you doing, Dean?
I'm doing well, Holly. Thank you so much.
Great. So how has it been getting ready for today?
It's been exciting, very exciting. So many services, so many things to do, so many great services to offer the residents of Prince George's County. I'm just really excited today.
Well, that's super, Dean. How long have you guys been getting ready to open this facility? Tell me a little bit about that.
So we actually started long ago. It's been a process, probably about 2 years, we should say, getting ready. I came aboard as a DON in February and getting folks hired and ready to take in the residents in Prince George's County. We've brought in about 25 folks since we've opened up.
Wow, so you guys already have patients here then?
We already have patients. They are our patients before the ribbon cutting, and we're actually looking forward to one of those that will be leaving soon to do the ribbon cutting for us today.
Oh, that's fantastic. Dean, just for our folks in the audience, can you tell me what a Director of Nursing is and what do they do?
So the Director of Nursing is in charge of all the nursing operations that happen in the facility, the center. I'm in charge of clinical operations, house operations, and I report directly to the administrator who does more of a broad range of operation.
Wow, sounds like a really important role here at the facility.
Yes, it is. I'm the go-to person.
So Dean, tell me what you like to do for fun before we get off here.
What do I like to do for fun? So the music playing behind me is really good. I really like jazz music and spending time with my kids.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, Dean, thank you so much. We'll be seeing you around this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dean. Well, we have another person here, Brian Finglass. Hi, Brian. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. So what's your role here, Brian?
I'm the Chief Financial Officer of FutureCare.
So you might have had something to do with the financing to get this facility built?
A little bit, yes.
What has the process been like for you in facilitating this facility?
Well, first of all, it's just been a tremendous effort for all of our organization. It's really been 5 years in the making. We started in Maryland. There's a Certificate of Need process, which really began 5 years ago. There's a healthcare commission, and we had to present our plan to them, and they had to accept it, and then we had to deal with financing and things of that nature, and construction, and it's just been great. I'm so excited. Today is such a beautiful day. The weather's cooperating, and it's so exciting to get all of our partners and our employees together and celebrate.
Brian, you mentioned the Healthcare Commission. That's pretty unique to Maryland, correct?
Yes. Maryland is their Certificate of Need state. Not every state is, and they like to control, who is getting into providing care to Maryland's frailest and neediest. And you have to go through an arduous process. You have to prove your clinical capabilities and your financial strength, and we did that.
That's fantastic. And it sounds like also that the HCRC Healthcare Commission decided that there was a need for a post-acute care facility in this area. Is that correct?
Yes, very much so. Prince George's County, I believe a new facility hasn't been built here in the last 25 years. So we're the first new facility in 25 years in Prince George's County. And they also decided that there's a huge hospital going up within a mile from this site. So this is really going to become a healthcare center of Prince George's County. We're very excited about that.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Well, Brian, thank you so much for your time, and you have a great afternoon. We'll see you around. Bye-bye. So, wow, so you heard that. So this is the first new construction of a post-acute care facility in Prince George's County, so there definitely was a need. Oh, we have another person that we're going to talk to before the ribbon cutting ceremony. Hi, Jeffrey Atman, correct?
Correct.
How are you doing, Jeffrey?
I'm good. Very excited.
Great. So Jeffrey is one of the owners of FutureCare and also has been taking point in some aspect of the building of this facility, correct?
Correct.
So what's this day been like, knowing that this has been in the works for several years?
It's just very exciting that we are finally here. 4 years, I'd say, in the planning, from finding land and 3 different pieces of property we went through to designing this building and a couple years building it.
Wow, that's amazing. What would you say, this is the 15th facility for FutureCare, correct?
Yes.
So what would you say that maybe is unique about this facility, having had the opportunity to build it, in the more recent, just recently?
Right. We haven't built a new building in 25 years. Everything's been acquisition. So here we've had the opportunity to incorporate everything that we know you need in a nursing home. Space, top-notch therapy, dialysis. I mean, every service imaginable is available here, and private rooms.
Oh yeah, talk about the private rooms. That's one of the really unique things I think about this facility.
Yeah, 82 private rooms, and then we have a couple bariatric rooms with what are they, not Hoyers, but what are the lifts in the ceiling?
Yeah, I think they're called the tolls lifts, the whole
lifts,
system.
Right, that go from the bed to the bathroom, showers, toilet. I mean, it's fabulous.
So that system is fantastic for not only the patient with regards to mobility and getting them to where they need, but also for staff, correct?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, hopefully this will prevent a lot of injury to our staff, no doubt.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, Jeffrey, it's great to talk to you, and thanks for stopping by. I'll see you around. So I think we're getting ready for the ribbon cutting ceremony. I think we're going to have kids start singing soon, I was just told. In the meantime, while we're waiting for them to set up, one of the things I wanted to mention, and Brian touched on it with the certificate of need and the process that's required to be able to develop a facility like this. You really do have to show, like he said, the financial stability, but also that there's a need in that area from a demographic standpoint that skilled services are needed. And clearly they were. As Brian mentioned, a new building hasn't been built in Prince George's County post-acute facility in a while. So actually, I have another person that I want to introduce real quick that's been an integral part to getting the building brought. Come on in, Lynn. Lynn Lott, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Sorry, I almost hit you with the microphone.
Okay.
So Lynn, tell us who you are.
I'm Lynn Lott. I'm the Vice President of Patient Accounting for FutureCare. And everybody's talking about a wonderful place we hear.
Absolutely. So Lynn, as the VP of Patient Accounting, takes point on making sure that the patients that we admit have the ability for payment from insurance oversight, and that we can navigate them through that process. Lynn, can you talk a little bit about the types of insurances that we take here at Capital Region?
Sure. Right now we're taking Maryland Medicaid and, of course, Medicare. We're working with some of the local Advantage plans to see if we can work with some of their patients, such as MedStar Advantage and Johns Hopkins Advantage. And then we also work with all kinds of commercial insurance who want to come and work with our patients. We're welcome to negotiate with them and talk about them and work with the patients on helping their insurance get the authorizations they need and the different coverages they need.
I know it can be complicated for family members to figure out if their insurance pays for this type of rehabilitation. Do you have any recommendations or ways that they could find out whether or not they would be covered for services in a post-acute care facility?
Sure. Well, always the best source is to talk to your insurance company, but we also have various ways that we can go in and check people's coverage and help them. And we've worked with insurances enough, we know who to talk to and the kind of questions they ask. So we're always here to help anybody who wants to know.
Super. So Lynn, I know we're all excited about today and what's happening. For you personally, what's today mean?
Oh, it's just so exciting. I just feel like we're opening such a state-of-the-art facility. You know, it just breaks new ground for people who really need that extra care when they come out of the hospital, that in between before they want to go home. And I'm just really impressed with that. You find this stuff at the hospitals, and we've got it here. It's really great.
I think you're absolutely right. Lynn, thank you so much for your time. I'll see you around this afternoon. All right, I think we're all set, and we're going to cut to the kids singing.
I'd like to welcome everyone, and right now we're going to have some entertainment from the Thomas G. Pullen School for the Performing Arts Chorus.
Shine shining from dawn red. The sparrows as they fly, and we while we in the April grace. The little clouds go by. Yet the backyards are bare and brown, with only one unchanging tree. I could not be so sure. I could not be so sure of save that it seems, 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 save that it What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery
right. I'd like to thank all of the students from Thomas G. Pullen School for the Performing Arts. We're very pleased to have them with us here today. The school is actually located right down the street, and we look forward to being able to do some intergenerational programming with them as we move forward. So thank you. We do have a small gift for each of you, and Constance Kroll, the admissions director for Capital Region, will be giving you those. All right, unfortunately, it looks like he was not able to make it, but I would like to welcome our own FutureCare Chaplain Harvin, who is going to do the invocation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Won't you reach out and take your neighbor's hand as we give thanks to our Creator for this occasion and this beautiful afternoon. I want you to bow your heads with me in prayer. Gracious and eternal God, we are grateful to you for the gift of this day and for you allowing the rain to cease long enough for the sun to shine on this great facility. Bless our time together. We invoke your presence. We thank you that you are Jehovah Rophe. You are the God that brings healing. And we thank you for the healing and the doorway to destiny that this moment and this time represents for not only the FutureCare family, but for the families that will be served. I thank you for each blessing now and is to come. And we pray this together with gratitude, and we all say, amen.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, that's better. Great to see you. What a great-looking crowd. And this is a day we've been looking forward to for many, many years. And it's just such an incredible honor to welcome all of you to the grand opening of our beautiful new Rehabilitation and Wellness Center, FutureCare Capital Region. Yeah. As I said, this facility represents many years of work and planning and will provide a new standard of care for patients and their families in Prince George's County and the entire Capital Region. It represents the culmination of FutureCare's 30-plus years as a provider of senior care services in Maryland. As you walk through the building, you'll be able to see for yourself the care that went into planning and building it. Over 80 private rooms, each with its own shower. An incredible therapy space with the kind of equipment normally only found in professional athlete training centers. Soaring public spaces, beautiful enclosed gardens, a state-of-the-art dialysis center, robust pulmonary and ventilator capabilities, outstanding technology, flat-screen TVs all through the building, and on and on. We believe that there's nothing like this facility in Maryland and very few like it in the country. And that was our goal, to create something that reflects our company name, FutureCare, the future of healthcare. The citizens of Prince George's and the surrounding counties are entitled to the best, and we believe they will find it here. This outstanding physical plant will in turn enable us to provide the highest quality patient care. Our hands-on care and supporting services will be delivered by our outstanding professional staff, led by Administrator David Pipkin. David, raise your hands, everybody can see you. David will be supported by our Director of Nursing, Dean Smith, and over 200 new and highly qualified employees who make up the Capital Region team. And I must say, as a lifelong Terp, it's nice to finally have Dean Smith on our team. On behalf of the company, I would like to just thank a few people, and then it'll be my pleasure to introduce Lenny Atman and a few distinguished leaders to say a few words. Then we will cut the ribbon and continue to celebrate. In terms of thanks, let me start with my partners, Lenny and Jeffrey Atman, Shelley Gilden, Wendy Levitas, the entire Atman family, who have all supported the vision and the creation of this building, and Jeffrey in particular was very involved in every phase of design, development, and construction. Atman family, raise your hands so everybody can give you a hand. Great. Of course, one thing I learned in doing these sorts of introductions is always introduce the bankers, right? So our bankers were very instrumental in making this happen. They are SunTrust and Capital Funding Group. Thanks to all of you for helping make this project a reality. Our outstanding contractor was Chesapeake Construction. I saw Mike Ginsberg here. Mike, thanks. Our architects, Cannon Associates, especially Cass Gottlieb, our site engineers, Bowler and Associates, our construction manager, Fran Anderson. Thank you all. The building is just extraordinary. We want to give a special thanks to Prince George's County, particularly the county executive, Rashawn Baker, who we'll hear from in a few minutes, and my former law school classmate, David Iannucci. David, thank you. As well as Brad Frome, Haitham Hijazi. I don't think he could make it here today, but all of them were so very helpful in everything from site selection through permitting. The entire county has been so easy and helpful to work with. And a special thanks, I know she's here, to Councilwoman Andrea Harrison and Rodney Streeter, her chief of staff, may be here as well, and the entire county council. And we also have Eric Barron, our delegate, here as well. So thank you. Thank you for joining us. We also want to thank the state of Maryland for everything it did to make this project a reality. And we are honored to have the Lieutenant Governor, Boyd Rutherford, here, as well as the Secretary of Commerce, Mike Gill. Thank you both for joining us, and we'll hear from both of them shortly. We are also honored to be joined by legislative leaders, including Senate President Mike Miller. And thank you, Senator Miller, for being here. We know you're very busy. I don't know if Senator Benson is here. She RSVP, but I know there's a lot of traffic out there. But I just wanted to say she's tremendous, and we really appreciate her as well. Ben Steffen is here from the Maryland Healthcare Commission. Where are you, Ben? There he is. And he worked with us to, and Ben and the whole commission worked with us to enable this project to meet its potential. Is Dr. Ney here? Okay, Dr. Patricia Ney and others from the Department of the Office of Healthcare Quality also were very, very helpful as we proceeded in this project. Folks, we're so proud to work every day with a great group of nearly 4,000 workers at FutureCare at our 15 facilities. Many of them are not here in person, but are watching over our live feed. And how about that? We have a live feed. Team members from each of our facilities contributed in a major way to get us here, despite their busy workloads. I'd like to thank them all. There is one person in particular that we want to single out, our VP of Operations, Les Goldschmidt. Les, put your hand up. Les's incredible tenacity and dedication to this project kept us on schedule and on budget. Thank you, Les, for all that you did to make this project a reality. And finally, I'd like to thank our other senior leaders who we believe are the most talented senior management team in all of healthcare. And they are John Spadaro, our Chief Operating Officer, Brian Finglass, our CFO, Jimmy Harrington, Vice President of Clinical Services, Holly O'Shea, our Vice President of HR and Corporate Counsel, Jay Muchnick, Vice President of Rehabilitation Services, Lynn Lott, Vice President of Patient Accounting, Diane Vernon, Vice President of Business Development, who was up here before and did those introductions and helped plan this whole event, Rebecca Elon, our Chief Medical Officer, and we're also joined by Robert Hoenlein, FutureCare's Controller. So thank you all. Put your hands up so everybody can know who you are. I also see Joseph DeMatos here, who is the CEO of our trade association, the Health Facilities Association of Maryland. Thank you, Joe, for joining us today. It is now my privilege to introduce my uncle, my partner, and the chairman of FutureCare, Leonard Atman. Lenny.
Gary, thank you. And what blessings we have. Thank you, sir, for giving us the warm blessings to start the day with. That's something that we all appreciate and should continue to have in our lives as we go forward. This day is something that all of us have looked forward to at FutureCare for a long time. I have to acknowledge various people that I believe that made this happen not only for me, but for FutureCare in general. I need to acknowledge my wife Phyllis, who without her dedication and without her giving me the encouragement to move forward with this company for FutureCare, I would not be here today, and probably all of this would never have happened for all of us here at A. Atman Family. Phyllis, thank you very much for being my love, my guide, and for being there for us all the time. Our son Jeffrey, who Gary mentioned, who oversaw the plans from the ground up to what we all are proud of to be standing in today, with all of the 21st century building materials and equipment for rehabilitation that will serve Prince George's County. Our daughters, Shelley Atman Gilden and Wendy Atman Levitas, of which are the major investors. I have little to invest here. It's all theirs, and it's all the family to make this thing happen. So their help, their guidance, and their care is really what makes all of this a wonderful, wonderful event here today. And together with Gary and his daughter Sarah, who has done a terrific job. Sarah, come on up here. Yeah. I would like to say that she's shy and hangs back, but she's very much like her father too. So it's nice to have her here because she helped plan all of the production facilities and things that you see here today, the streaming, the PR, and all the things that you see. Sarah, we thank you on behalf of all of us and sharing here with the family as well. And let's give her a big hand.
Oh, thank you.
I want to thank the legislative leadership, Governor Hogan, and as you said before, Lieutenant Governor Rutherford, who we will hear from shortly, President Mike Miller, Speaker Mike Bush, for going to Washington to pursue the extension of Maryland's health care waiver to give added funding to our nursing home industry for the next 5 to 10 years. Let's give them a warm round of applause and thank them very much. In addition, most of you know, and some of you will get to know, that the University of Maryland Medical System will be our neighbors soon, as they are building a 250-bed hospital in this capital region just across the Beltway. Thanks again for the County Executive, Brushard Baker, for his caring leadership on FutureCare's behalf. And let all the services to this county begin, and let the profits all be successful for the state and for FutureCare as well. Before we get ready to cut the ribbon, I would like to invite our Lieutenant Governor, Boyd Rutherford, to come up here and give us greetings, as he has been a great advocate for FutureCare, for all health care, and for all the good things that you've seen in Maryland, along with the legislative leaders that I mentioned before. Governor Rutherford.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you, Lenny. I'll get to this in a moment. Well, it's great to be here, and particularly here without the rain. So, seeing the sunshine is something different. Good afternoon to everyone. Congratulations, Lenny, Jeffrey, Gary, the whole Atman family, and everyone who's been involved with FutureCare for not just for Maryland, for Prince George's County, and for all of our Marylanders, and particularly here in the capital region. Just a few months ago, back in November, a governor was out here to break ground just over here at the new University of Maryland Medical Systems Hospital, which, as was mentioned, is just crossed the Beltway there. And for decades, this county in particular and the greater region has not had the level of high quality care that has been needed and deserved. Now, our administration is very proud to have supported the hospital project and committing over $200 million towards this new venture that we're very thrilled that is underway. And now we're here to celebrate with FutureCare Health and Management as they bring this incredible $30 million state-of-the-art rehabilitation and wellness center to Landover. I had the opportunity a few minutes ago to tour this state-of-the-art, I would say, it's really FutureCare facility that has all of the features that anyone would want when they're coming in for rehabilitation services or, quite frankly, just to live here. If TV's far better than what I have at home, but it is a wonderful facility. And I have been to some of their facilities around the state, and this is definitely setting the standard, a new standard, for all the type of care that can be afforded to our citizens. With 150 beds, the latest and, as I said, the most advanced equipment available, this facility will transform wellness and health care across the region. So congratulations again to everyone for this exciting project. Not only will this be a center that will help ensure that our citizens receive the highest quality care, but it also means, as mentioned, 200 new jobs right here in the county in Maryland. County executive was the first one to clap on that one. You like that? So on behalf of a very grateful state, I want to thank the leadership of FutureCare for choosing to invest here in Prince George's County. And this is truly one more way that together we all are changing Maryland for the better. Now, before I step down, I want to present this governor's citation to FutureCare Management, and I'll read it briefly. Greetings, be it known that on behalf of the citizens of this state, in recognition of the opening celebration of FutureCare Health and Management's new state-of-the-art rehabilitation center in Prince George's County, in honor of your commitment to a holistic approach to patient care, in appreciation for remaining a family-owned business and continuing to grow and add jobs in Maryland, and with our congratulations and sincere best wishes for continued success in these days and years to come, we're pleased to confer upon you this governor's citation, signed this day, Lawrence J. Hogan, Governor, the governor, myself, Lieutenant Governor, as well as John C. Woven-Smith, Secretary of State. So,
Thank you. Let's stand over off the podium.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. And by the way, Lenny is a really smart person, so in recognition of his remarks, I'd like to thank my wife, Patty, Patricia. She's, yeah, thanks. Okay, back to our program. FutureCare's first facility was opened in Clinton, Maryland, in southern Prince George's County 30-plus years ago. We are glad to be back here, and it's my pleasure to introduce the County Executive, Rashawn L. Baker III. County Executive, thank you for your administration's support of this project from conception to reality. Would you please share a few words with us?
Thanks, Gary, and good save. First of all, I want to thank the Lieutenant Governor for being here, the President of the Senate. This is an important day for us, not only because we're opening this new facility with a great name, FutureCare of the Capital Region, where, as the Lieutenant Governor said, down the road we're going to be building a new hospital. But you've also included the church here. I see Pastor Peoples over here. I want to give him a round of applause. And Associate Pastor for being here, a part of the community. And having our beautiful children singing today, Thomas Pullen. Can we give them a round of applause? It is really a day of thanks, not only to you, Gary, to Leonard, to Jeffrey, to the entire family, but also to the men and women who worked on this. Councilwoman Harrison, had not been for you putting in some amendments for us so we can get this started, we wouldn't be here. So another round of applause to her. Certainly, David Iannucci, before I could even get the find where the bathroom was, as county executive said that, you know, you guys were great friends and we had great opportunities here. So we're pleased with this. But let me just close with this. This is about the new downtown Prince George's. Not only are we going to have a brand new hospital, which sets us apart in the region, we have this now facility where people can actually come for rehabilitation, age in place, the things that are going to attract folks to Prince George's County and to the state of Maryland. But we're also going to have places for them to stay while they're here. Brand new hotels will spring up, jobs that are created here because of your work here, restaurants, activity, and it will make not only the county vibrant, it will make the state vibrant. So your family has now invested in making Maryland better and greater, and we couldn't be more pleased with that. And I'm pleased as county executive to say thank you for this new facility. Thank you for continuing to work with us, not only in Clinton, but throughout, and we look forward to many more, Lenny, in the future. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Maryland State Senate President Mike Miller has been a fixture of Maryland government for over 45 years. He was elected to the Senate in 1975 and has served as Senate President since 1987. This makes him the longest serving Senate President in the United States, I think in United States history. So you can give a hand for that. Yeah. Senator Miller has been a champion of seniors throughout his career, and we are deeply indebted for his presence today. Senator Miller.
Folks, I'll be brief. It says a few words from honored guests. Listen, excellence, excellence, excellence. That's the word that describes the Atman family. Gary and I went to college a few years apart and law school a few years apart. But when he graduated from Maryland, he was magna cum laude. I mean, if they'd have doubled my grade point average, I wouldn't have been a magna cum laude. I got out of law school, and I was happy to get out of law school, quite frankly. I was married and had 4 kids. Gary was the editor of the Law Review, you know, and they give back to society. You know, he's on the Board of Regents, University of Maryland. Lenny's on the, the Stadium Authority. And guess what? While he's not doing this, he's building schools in Baltimore City, you know. It's just Jeffrey's carrying on the family tradition. I think it's a wonderful family. For those people who don't know the Atman family, they came from humble beginnings, very humble beginnings. And they've done a great job. I've watched them in the Clinton facility. They've done a great job there. The people are happy there. The employees are happy. And I'm just so proud to be here. We've got the best of all possible worlds today. We're citizens of the United States, got a new, reinvigorated Prince George's County, and we got a wonderful business that's recognized by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best nursing homes in the entire United States here in Prince George's County. Thank you and God bless you. It's a privilege and honor to be here.
Okay, I understand Bishop Peebles did make it here, and I would like to invite him up to say a few words. Please, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
This is terrific.
Thank you, sir.
Outstanding. Can you give them a hand clap? This is absolutely fantastic. What a great work. To the Atman family, to our lieutenant governor, to my dear friend, our county exec, all of the wonderful folks. This is gigantic. We have worked so hard in this community to see something like this come, and it is such a wonderful blessing. They wanted me to pray, so would you touch somebody's hand quickly, please? There we go. Father, we worship you in the name, Lord Jesus, for this magnificent occasion. We bless you, dear Lord, for this is your glory. We thank you for the wonderful Atman family and all those who have contributed to this great work. We thank you, dear Lord, that not only will many souls be saved across the street, but many lives will be saved on this venture. We worship you, dear Lord, for the hard work, the great effort. And I thank you, dear Lord, that as we move forward, eye has not seen, ear has not heard, neither into the heart of man how Christ is going to use this place to do great work. We thank you for today. We give you the honor, the praise, and the glory. In the name, Lord Jesus, we pray. And everybody who love the Lord, come on, say amen. God bless you and congratulations. This is dynamic. I hope you're able to finish it unequivocally. Right here. My wife is here also.
Okay, what's her name?
Yolanda, Pastor Yolanda.
Pastor Yolanda is also here. I just want to acknowledge her as well. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so now we are going to invite up our special guest to cut the ribbon. But there's one other very special guest I want to just call your attention to. Ms. Millicent Warren, right here, this beautiful lady right here. One of the first patients to be admitted into FutureCare Capital Region. Ms. Warren, thank you so much for joining us and for representing the patients here at FutureCare. And Leonard? Mike left. Okay, so let me invite all of our speakers up and the family and all of our executives, and we'll do it deep, but let's come on up. Right here.
I don't know. That's what we got here.
Ready? Let's count down. 1, 2, 3.
It is our pleasure. Thank you for doing it.
All right, we would like to welcome everyone inside for refreshments, and we will be doing tours of the facility. If you'd like to take a tour, the tour guides have on corsages. They'll be in the lobby. Just find a tour guide with a corsage.
Good afternoon. We're back. We just had the ceremony streamed, and it was just really fantastic. And as you could see, it's just really exciting to bring this facility here to Prince George's County. I have two lovely ladies I'd like to introduce, and this is Barb Bartels and Lori Houle. And they really have been taking point on the recruiting here at FutureCare Capital Region. Been spending countless hours looking through hundreds, if not thousands, of resumes. And Barb Bartels is the Director of Corporate HR, and Lori Houle is our Director of Talent and Acquisition and Retention at FutureCare Capital Region. So ladies, I have a couple of questions. I'll start with you, Barb. Barb, how many, have we been getting a lot of applications and that type of thing? What's the flow been looking like for folks applying for positions here?
Oh my gosh, it has been incredible. Everybody wants to work at the new beautiful building in Prince George's County, so it's been terrific.
That's fantastic. Lori, could you tell us how many people have been hired already for FutureCare Capital Region?
Absolutely, we've hired about 156 people.
Whoa, did you say 156 people as of today? Can you tell me what types of positions we've hired?
We've hired all sorts of positions, so we have nurses, GNAs, housekeepers, cooks. We have people in leadership positions here, so director of nursing, administrator.
Wow, so just really a whole cadre of different types of positions that we've been hiring for. Barbara, there's still more positions that we're hiring for. Can you give me some just a few examples of positions that we're still hiring for?
Well, we're getting ready to prepare for our ventilator unit, so we're going to have a whole unit full of RNs, so we're going to be looking for some specialty RNs right now. We're also going to be, as we get more and more patients, we're going to be expanding our housekeeping, our dietary, and all the environmental services as well.
Okay, super. Lori, can you tell me what if someone who's watching is interested in applying for a position? And before I even ask that question, even if a position's been filled, is it worth contacting the facility, letting them know you're interested, getting your name kind of in the talent pool with FutureCare Capital Region?
Absolutely. So you can go to futurecarecareers.com to apply for a job. You can click on the location, which is Capital Region in Landover, and see the positions that we have available. If you don't see the position that you are looking for, you can certainly either contact us or contact the facility, or you can find something that's close to what you might be looking for and put in an application.
And on the website that you just referenced, probably all of the FutureCare facilities are located there. So would they be able to look at other openings that might be available at some of the other positions? Barb, could you comment on that?
Oh, yes, definitely. All of our positions that we have open at all of our facilities is located on the website. So all you can do is click in. I think you can even set up an alert to give you a heads up when something opens up that you're interested in as well.
Do either of you ladies have any recommendations for potential candidates and things that they should have prepared if they do want to apply for a position? You look like you want to answer this, Lori.
Yes, she does.
Yes.
You go, Lori.
So a completed application is certainly helpful. If you have a resume that really describes the job experience you have, that's also great for us so that we can get to know you before we actually speak to you.
And so if I, as a candidate, apply for a position, I go online, I upload my resume, I submit a completed application, what would I expect to happen next?
You're going to first get a notification that we've received your application. Then you'll have information, and usually within about 24 to 48 hours, somebody will be giving you a call and setting up information, or you'll receive an email saying that position's either filled right now, continuing applying, and we'll keep your name in the hopper and pull you up if you're still looking for something.
If I get an alert that says that a position is not open, should I check back in a little while? Do you have any recommendations for that?
Absolutely. The building is still filling with patients, so we'll be expanding the amount of people that we're hiring over the next year, and there's always positions that open at different times, so it's certainly worthwhile to keep checking.
Super. So let me ask you guys, I know they personally have put in a lot of hours here at FutureCare Capital Region recruiting. It takes a lot of work to recruit and onboard 57 folks. So I know it's a lot of work. So tell me, I know how you work hard, but tell me what you like to do for fun. I threw you there.
That did throw us. You know what? I love working with this woman. She is a great part of our team. Together, even though we're working long hours, we're having a lot of fun. And so I wouldn't have done this with anyone else but Lori.
How about you, Lori? Do you have the same response?
I said it maybe a little harder.
I do. This is actually, we are a great team. And for all of the work that we've gone through, it's been phenomenal to work with somebody who we can laugh all the time about,
And
how
snacks.
tired.
Snacks make it better.
Sounds good. Well, I personally have the privilege of working with these ladies, and I know they really are fantastic. And if you are interested in working at FutureCare Capital Region or any of the FutureCare facilities, it really is a family environment. We enjoy who we work with, and that certainly makes life that much better when you get to like the people you work with. So thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you.
All right. I think we have, Jim Coleman. Hello. How are you? Hi. Holly O'Shea. It is. How are you doing? What has today been for you?
This has been absolutely incredible. FutureCare, thank you for this wonderful contribution. You're going to have over 250 jobs. That's over $20 million in annual income for our residents. And you've got a great facility to be able to help all of our residents to have greater access to care. You all are ahead of schedule, and we greatly appreciate it.
Well, that's fantastic. For those who don't know, who are doing our watching on stream, Jim Coleman is the director, the head of economic development for Prince George's County, correct? Yeah, and I know that you like to say that the E in CEO doesn't mean executive; it means
Chief Excitement Officer.
That's right.
The chief. Everything that should be up is up, and everything that should be down is down. And today is just another example of what's going on here in Prince George's County. I'll tell you, I've looked at all of the different facilities that you have and the different types of equipment. You really make rehabilitation fun.
That's
I was
awesome.
on one of your pieces of equipment out there. I'm like, I wanted this just on my whole, on the treadmill, on how it really excites you of being able to get back on track from really making a comeback.
That's fantastic. Jim, I know you were pivotal in bringing MGM, the casino and the hotel, obviously working with County Executive Baker with the Regional Medical Center. And so how do you see this facility fitting into that bigger plan for Prince George's County that I know you guys are so focused on?
This is a perfect fit, especially for a brand new hospital. It really helps in County Executive Baker's goals of providing great access to health care. You're talking about 5-star access to care here. And so this fits right in with our overall strategy, not just for the hospital, but for the Largo region, of which he's calling the new downtown Prince George's County. We're looking at about 10,000 new jobs that will be created as a result of this brand new hospital. And you can see that FutureCare is leading the pack. And so thank you again for your contribution of the additional 250 jobs and the $20 million in annual income for our residents.
Well, that's fantastic, and we're happy to be here. It was so nice meeting you, and thanks for coming out today. Thank you. So, we've got a couple of more folks we're going to talk to here briefly. Hello there. Hi, Holly O'Shea. Clement Tennille.
Leon.
Leon. There you go. And Jay Muchnick.
Hi, Holly.
Sorry about that. I'm juggling this microphone here. So these folks kind of are interesting individuals. Jay is our vice president for rehab for FutureCare, and Clement is with one of the vendors that provides some of the equipment that we have in the new gym that you just heard Jim Coleman talking about. That just was mind blowing. So I thought first, Jay, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about if you're a patient or have a family member that's interested in coming to a rehabilitation center. Can you talk about the types of patients and what kind of orthopedic needs they might have and would be a good fit for FutureCare Capital Region?
Sure, we can manage our orthopedic patients, neuro patients, vascular stroke patients, people with amputation. We're going to be doing vent care here. So we have a Vital Strong program that encompasses all that in our Breathe Strong, Heart Strong, Walk Strong, and Camp Strong programs. And with the equipment that we brought into this gym through the Atman family and we built this place, it's state-of-the-art. Most of the equipment you'll see in that gym is usually only seen in Division I athletics and pro sports, such as we're lucky enough, Clement. I got introduced to Clement a few years ago, and we have a piece of equipment called the Neuraxin. It's based on pressure gradients on the floor of the treadmill, and it analyzes how you walk, run, and I'll let Clem talk about a little more of the detail of it.
Well, that's a great handoff, Jay. Clement, why don't you talk a little bit about not only the piece of equipment that you're going to reference, but just about your experience as kind of a third party viewing what FutureCare has put together here, and if you were to kind of talk as an objective person to either a potential patient or a healthcare provider looking to refer patients to this facility, what would make this center set apart from other facilities that you've seen?
Sure. Well, Neuraxin, we currently have a pressure treadmill located in the rehab gym, and it's a way to objectively document and track your patient's progress. It's also a way to provide biofeedback training so we can improve the patient's gait as they're walking. So with all the various orthopedic conditions, whether it's total joint replacements, it could be post-stroke, could be amputees, we can analyze their gait in great detail, and now we can objectively put numbers to it and show that did they improve or how can they improve.
So you really take away that subjective, like I feel better or I don't feel better, because you can really measure the progress someone's making.
That's correct. We take the eyeball metrics, as we call it, into real objective measures. So that allows us to actually compare reports and show the physicians, the patients' families, how are their patients progressing.
So Jay, that sounds like that's really great information to provide the orthopedic physicians and surgeons and those folks in the acute care center that are tracking these patients with real information about how their patient's doing.
Yeah, we have real electronic medical records here. We use Kasama in rehab, but having equipment like the Neuraxin, the Alter G, which is the anti-gravity treadmill, we're able to put it on paper so people can see the baseline, see how they're progressing, where the weaknesses are. It allows the therapist to do deductive reasoning and assess the patient for the doctors so we know how to treat them. We're treating the real cause of the problem.
That's fantastic. And you want to comment on just what you see?
You know, I've been very fortunate. I travel around the country and been to a number of skilled nursing facilities, and this one does not feel like a skilled nursing. It feels like a resort. It's very impressive. The rehab gym is probably one of the nicest I've seen in terms of the openness, the windows, and the technology that's being used to both treat and evaluate the patients here. If you really wanted to see what top care looks like, this is a place to come.
Oh, sounds great.
One comment, that we're the only ones in the United States who have the naraxin in a subacute type setting. In the whole U.S., we're the only ones. You usually see this in outpatient, pro-level sports, high-level college.
Wow, that's pretty fantastic. So what kind of patient, what kind of condition would you need to be on that type of equipment?
You could be a total hip, total knee. You could be a deconditioned patient. You can be a neurological patient. Parkinson's, for instance, they cross over when they walk, and we can train them on that with feedback. It has biofeedback to walk better, and we can see, like, if they're hitting their heel too hard and extending their knee, we can teach them through the feedback, and they'll see it on the TV and monitor to change their way they're walking.
So it sounds like it's equipment along obviously with a skilled physical therapist working next to them to be able to not only treat an acute patient who's recovering from a recent surgery, but also from a restorative position to help a patient who has a chronic illness maybe to maintain the highest level of functioning. Is that correct?
Absolutely, and actually we just got a resident in here, I was told, from a local area hospital, and we got to see them 2 days before their surgery, so prehab. We met the orthopedic surgeon, we followed them during surgery, and now they're here. So we understand exactly what their etiology, the cause of that surgical procedure was, and now we can work with them much better.
Wow, sounds fantastic. Well, thank you both, gentlemen. I appreciate you taking the time to speak to me for a few minutes. Yes, thank you. Oh, great, John, come on over. How are you? Hey, John, Holly O'Shea.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. So, John Spadaro is the Chief Operating Officer for FutureCare. John, just real generally, what's today been like, knowing how long you've been working towards this?
Oh, it's amazing. It seemed like it started, well, it did start years ago, several years ago, and it's just fantastic to see the community come together, our community representatives, and the FutureCare team. This facility would not be possible without the entire FutureCare team. Not only our leadership, but staff from all of our centers helped make this possible, and the family of FutureCare made it happen, so it's great.
That's fantastic, John. Just to shift gears real quick, earlier we talked to Brian Finglass, the Chief Financial Officer, and he had mentioned the Healthcare Commission and its role with issuing the CON to open this facility to prove financial stability, but also the need that this was needed for this area. Can you talk a little bit about the relationship between this facility, the new regional medical center that's going to go in, and the Healthcare Commission's focus on hospital readmissions and how we're going to be able to address that with this relationship that we have already with University of Maryland? It's going to grow, but just obviously taking it to another level.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously there's going to be a very large regional medical center built right across the Beltway from our center. We're going to be taking care of a lot of patients from there as well as other hospitals. And in Maryland's current environment with the total cost of care, we're going to help keep those costs as low as possible while providing a high quality of care. We're going to be able to take care of patients here, both medically complex patients as well as traditional rehabilitation patients that are going to help Maryland meet its objectives with the government in terms of keeping the total cost of care for the state in a reasonable growth rate.
John, can you give me an example of how a center like FutureCare Capital Region is able to help keep the total cost of care lower?
Sure. For example, we have a state-of-the-art ventilator unit that that was built. It's on our lower level here, and typically those patients have been cared for in chronic hospitals, extended stays, and much higher cost settings. And thankfully, the state here provides an environment where we're able to care for those people with high-quality care, full-time physicians, full-time respiratory therapists, and nurses and other clinicians. And we're able to do it at a much lower cost than those other settings. So that keeps the total cost of care in the healthcare system at a minimum.
Very good. All right, John. Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk with us. Yes. Hello. How are you? Well, we have a VIP here. Hello. How are you doing, Mr.
Wonderful.
Atman?
Thank you very much. Good to be here on this wonderful opening day of our facility here at the Capital Region, and we look forward to serving the people in Prince George's County for many years to come, as we already is our second facility, and the others was very successful, so therefore we figured it was a wonderful place to invest, a good location for the future.
So I couldn't agree more, but the question I've been wanting to ask you is, you just mentioned our FutureCare Pineview facility that's located in Clinton, and that was one of the first facilities that was built from the ground. It was number one. It was built from the ground up, correct?
Correct. It was correct. There was 180 beds, and a group of doctors who had the ground and a set of plans, didn't know what to do with it, and they found their way to Gary and myself, and we met with them at a meeting and figured out a way that we could work together, and the same partnership that we started 32 years ago is still in effect for the citizens of Prince George's County and Pineview, as well as for FutureCare.
So 32 years ago, you guys put together, you built this facility, FutureCare Pineview, and now, fast forward 32 years, you've come full circle. You're back in Prince George's County, because we've been all over Baltimore City, Baltimore County, Anne Arundel County. We're now back in Prince George's County, and you truly have built the future of healthcare. And I know you like the name. Whenever you've told me about how you came about the name for FutureCare, is you really envisioned it. And I think you've met that goal here. And so, how does that feel?
It feels absolutely fabulous, because when I was growing up and I watched my grandparents be in a facility that didn't come close to what I thought should happen for people who were reaching the senior age and needed specific care. They had the lack of anything to be able to take care of a person that would make them happy or smile. When you came in, you felt that they were just existing from day to day. In our facilities, over 75% of the patients that come in are rehabbed, able to go back out into the workplace, to the places where they can dance and sing and be back on full force to be with their family. This is what I envisioned. This is what we're doing, and couldn't be more proud of all of the workers that we have at FutureCare, all 4,000.
Well, I know I speak on behalf of my 4,000 colleagues. We appreciate that vision that you had 32 years ago, and just really appreciate you and Jeffrey and Gary and the other partners. Again, just vision, and it's pretty fantastic. So thank you. Oh, I'm going to get. All right. So is Diane going to come on? I would like to talk to Diane about referrals. I really haven't had a chance to talk to anyone about that. That is a good place to end, but you're kind of a good person to close up on. For any of the, first of all, this is Diane Vernon. Diane Vernon is our Vice President of Business Development for FutureCare. And I think we've talked to folks who might be looking for jobs and possible patients about disease processes, but I think it's important to know, if I want to come here, what do I do? If I'm in a hospital, I'm going to have a procedure. So, Diane, could you just real briefly walk us through if a patient is going to be in a hospital and they're going to have surgery and they're needing rehab, how do they go about selecting FutureCare Capital Region?
Absolutely. So, if you find that you're going to need some type of a surgical procedure, or you're sick and you end up in the hospital, the first thing to do is really talk with your social worker. Throughout the hospitals, there are social workers on every floor. Let the social worker know that you would like to come to FutureCare. The social worker will then connect you with us immediately, and we have regional care managers that come to your bedside, talk with you, tell you a little bit about what we're doing, and they can show you a virtual tour, answer any questions you have, and then it's all done for you. Everything is set up. It's very simple to become, to become a part of the FutureCare, process here.
Diane, if they're not necessarily in the hospital, could they mention it to their physician?
Absolutely. If you're at home and you think that you're interested in coming to FutureCare, let your doctor know, and your doctor can reach out to us as well and take care of everything for you. All right. It's a very easy process.
Very good. Well, thank you, Diane. I thought it was important to get that on air. So thank you. So I think we're going to wrap up. The party has all shifted inside. I think they saw the camera and everybody was like, get me away from that. So again, on behalf of FutureCare, we thank you for joining us today, and just have a wonderful evening.